guys. We are back with another song by Eminem, and we are still doing non-album songs. And I think, what are we doing?
We're doing That's All She Wrote,
Right.
T.I. featuring Eminem.
And that was like heavily requested.
Yes. You know the song?
Yeah, I know the song.
So do you know it well?
Catchy. Um, maybe.
Let me put it this way. Can you name a single line that's not the chorus in the song?
So like once I hear it, I know it. You know what I mean? Like I don't. You'd have to play it for me to tell you the words.
So it's funny. I love this song, but I knew this song for like years and I only knew the chorus. For some reason I couldn't grasp the verses for either of them for like the longest time.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So as usual, I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone, but this time in particular, because I looked at like 3 or 4 different lyric videos and the lyrics were just wrong, even for the chorus.
That's so weird.
So yeah, we're gonna have to look at, lyrics not on this video.
All right. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. Links in the description below and our usernames right here.
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really care what you call me, just as long as you don't call me rude. I bet they knew as soon as they saw me. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote. Streets like old Chicago, ain't nothing new, I seen it all before. But still I fall like no tomorrow. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote. All she wrote, all she wrote. I said it's over with, that's all she wrote. All she wrote, all she wrote. Yeah. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote. It's stupid how I go and knowing everybody knowing that I'm sewing up the game, destroying like they hate me for it. Eventually, see they can't beat, then in with me they join. Others sworn under oath or banished, left completely scorned. You tell lies, get caught, nigga kick rocks. You never did blend in with the big shots on the fast track. Ain't no need for no pit stop. I just laugh at nigga wishing they were this high. Guess they mad at me, huh? Really pissed off. Better that than pissed on. I'm the Jess and you the Flintstone. Catch me in the end zone. High step in prime time. Thought you niggas been known. Ain't no block in my shine. Like my new Air Yeezys, you can see me in the nighttime. I get rich off living life. You check the check for citing rhymes. So call me what you want. Wanna hate? Have a nice time. While I get stupid paper, hey, my dough ain't in this right mind.
Okay.
It's so funny. Like, I've never brought this up before, but I'll bring it up with this one. I try really hard to just say the words that I know and not let the lyrics on the screen influence me. But like, it's really hard.
No, I know. And it's weird
Especially
because
if I know the words incorrectly. I'm like, well,
yes,
that's
it it works both ways. I'll like know for a fact that the lyrics are wrong and it'll still fuck me up. Occasionally it'll be the opposite. I'll remember the lyrics incorrectly and the right lyrics will be there and it like
yeah.
fucks me up.
I try not to do that because then it's just like, okay, you obviously don't know every word to this song, so I just try and say the ones I know.
Yeah. So the chorus right here, like right in the first fucking bar, it's fucked up. So it
It
says,
is.
yeah, so it's now I don't really care what you call me, just as long as you don't call me broke.
That's what I thought it
Yeah.
was.
So not bro. It does sound like he's saying bro, to be fair. It's like he carries it out.
But like, I mean, it would be weird for him to say that because this isn't a song about not wanting to be friends with someone. You know what I mean? Or not wanting to be
They
boys with someone.
so it's like bragging and shit, and it's like so in the verse he does refer to like members of his crew that like flipped and were government informants, you know what I mean? So like that could be, you know what I mean? Like if that were the lyrics, it wouldn't be like so random that it's inconceivable, you know what I
I
mean?
guess.
Yeah. So just as long as you don't call me broke, I bet they knew as soon as they saw me. Good night, it's over with, that's all she wrote. So, that's the
So it's like breaking up with someone, right?
So that's all she wrote is a common saying, obviously, but it's used in like so many like different areas. So like in sports, like if somebody hits like a walk-off home run, Like, oh, that's all she wrote. You know what I
But I
mean?
always took it as like a text message.
What do you mean?
Good night, it's over with.
So
That's
yeah,
all she wrote.
yeah. So that it's applicable in that context too.
Yeah.
It's just like a common like phrase for saying like, oh, it's done. You know, wrapped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
No,
all there
I
is
get
to it.
that. But I don't know, I just always imagined text message. But then again, like I knew the song when I was in like high school, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really remember, but you know, all I could really think about was texting when I was that age. So
Yes.
that's where my mind goes.
Yeah, so pretty much in the chorus, he's saying, you know, I don't care what you call me, just long as you don't call me broke. Like I make money, everybody knows that. I bet they knew as soon as they saw me. Good night, it's over with. That's all she wrote. Meaning, like, just by looking at me, they could tell that I'm the shit. There's no way you're gonna beat me. I got this shit on lock. I'm the best. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
So that makes
it's
sense.
braggadocious. All right. Streets like cold Chicago. Ain't nothing new. I've seen it all before. But still, I ball like no tomorrow. Good night, it's over with. That's all she wrote. I have
So that
to,
goes along with like don't call me bro.
yeah. So streets like cold Chicago.
So
It's,
they're cold.
I think it's a double entendre. So Chicago gets very cold in the winter.
And then like cold's like no one's looking out for
I
you.
think they have like the number one like shootings in the
Murder
whole country.
capital.
Yeah, it's like yeah, high. So you know, play on cold. You know what I mean? And then yeah, nothing new. Seen it all before. He balls. Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So it's a really good hook. The fucking the chorus, I mean even the verses, but the chorus in particular, the way it's delivered to the beat is like so great. This beat is so like it kind of puts you in like a trance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really good. It's very
It's just
like
that
easy.
strumming the na- 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 na, you know?
Mhm.
It's like awesome.
And also this is also what gives me the breakup vibe. You know
So
what I mean?
Eminem's verse in particular is that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so maybe that's why, but also this.
Well, yeah, so this is still part of, you know, the chorus. That's all she wrote, all she wrote. I said it's over with. That's all she wrote, all she wrote, all she wrote, all she wrote. Good night, it's over with.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote. All right. So we get into T.I.'s first verse. He says, it's stupid how I go in, knowing, everybody knowing that I'm sewing up the game, destroying life. They hate me for it. Eventually, see, they can't beat me. They can't beat, then with me they join. It's worded weird, but that is what he says. Others sworn under oath or banished, left completely scorned. All right. So in the beginning, he's saying, it's stupid how I go in knowing that everybody knows that I'm sewing up the game. So he's saying, like, he goes so hard and he really doesn't even have to because everybody knows that
Yeah.
he's the fucking shit. You know what I mean? He's got it on lock.
And
Like,
he was at this time.
oh,
There
yeah,
was
for
like
sure.
whatever you like. I remember that was on the radio.
Yeah.
Um, other songs that I can't think of off the top of my head right
Yeah.
now. A lot of other things.
Yeah. I mean, he like him and like Jeezy, they like invented trap music.
Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
I like Young Jeezy.
That's like a whole genre came out of their shit, you know?
Hmm.
All right, I'm just
Gorilla
making
Zoe was my favorite rapper in high
it's
school.
so funny and random.
What?
Yeah. So yes, eventually see they can't beat and then with me they join. So if you can't beat them, join them. Others sworn under oath or banished, left completely scorned. So this is a reference to, I don't remember the guy's name. There was somebody close to him that I believe like flipped and became like an informant or something. So he's referring to that. You know what I mean? So, and then he continues on that thought. Let's see, I'm going to read from here just to make sure it's right. He says, you tell lies, get cut, dude, kick rocks. You never did blend in with the big shots. So, you know, he's saying the dude that flipped and turned, he's like, you
Like,
were,
fuck you.
yeah, and like, you were never really one of us anyway. And that's proven by the fact that you snitched. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's so that's funny. And then he says, on the fast track, ain't no need for no pit stop. So, you know, no slowing down, no stopping. I just laugh at a dude wishing they were this hot. It's a nice line.
Me.
Yeah. Then he says, guess they mad at me, huh? Really pissed off. Better that than pissed on.
Agreed.
I'm the Jetsons, you the Flintstones. I love that fucking line.
Because
So,
they're in the future and Flintstones is in the
yes,
past.
exactly. So futuristic. And then, yeah, that saying is better to be pissed off than pissed on. It's nice. And then he says, catch me in
Well, you also have to really look at the TH, but if it were THEN, then that would suck.
for wait, for what?
I said if you put THEN instead of THAN, then that
Then pissed on. Yeah, that's funny. Imagine that's what he meant and everybody else just got the lyrics wrong. Uh,
yeah, I'd rather be pissed off than pissed on. If you put an E in there, that's a really funny
and
statement.
pissed on afterwards. Yeah. So then he continues, catch me in the end zone, high stepping, prime time. Thought you dudes been on, ain't no blocking my shine. So there's a few references there. So catch me in the end zone, football, right? And
Yes,
then he says high stepping, so that's literally, with the your knees up. And then he says prime time. So that's a reference to
like
fuck.
TV.
No, so what the fuck? I'm blanking on his name. I think it was Deion Sanders was known as prime time, right? And he would do like the high stepping thing, where like after they score a touchdown and they lift their knees up
Like
to
the
their
little
chest.
dances
Yeah.
that they do.
So he's saying, so catch me in the end zone, high step in prime time. So he's scoring, he's winning, you know what I mean?
They're not allowed to do that, I thought.
So there's like a certain, it's weird, the celebration penalties. There's like certain things you can do, certain stuff you can. If it's too much, if there's multiple people involved, yeah, it's weird. It's so,
Multiple people involved.
yeah,
You
like,
start doing like a choreographed
yeah,
dance.
no, that's the thing that
It's
happens. That's where
funny.
the rules come in. So he says high step in prime time. So the prime time is a double entendre. So prime time, like you were saying, like TV, that's like the prime spot when people always watch, but also prime time. Sanders, the football player, end zone, so that's all tied in there. And then he says, "Thought you dudes been on, ain't no blocking my shine." So blocking, that's another football reference.
Yeah.
And then also, you can't
Like
block his
you can't
shine.
outshine him and you can't cover him up.
Exactly. All right. And then we go, like my new Air Yeezys, you can see me in the nighttime. So I don't know if you know, before Kanye had his deal with
It
Adidas,
was a Nike.
yeah, he made Air Yeezys, which are sick and like very sought after because they were limited run, but the soles would glow.
That's cool.
So that's why
So
he's
you could
saying
see me in the night.
yes. And like you can see him in the nighttime because, he's living it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
like out
also
and about.
but also he shines so bright that you could see him in the nighttime.
And also just his shoes.
Yes, exactly. Let's see. He says, I get rich off living life. You check to check, reciting rhymes. So he's get rich off just living his life, and then you are living check to check, reciting rhymes. Um, so call me what you wanna hate, have a nice time, while I get stupid paper. Hey, my dough ain't in its right mind. So obviously, stupid paper, ain't in its right mind, reference
That's
to that.
funny.
Yeah. All right. And that's the first verse. Pick up here.
My dough ain't in this right mind. Now I don't really care what you call me, just as long as you don't call me rude. I bet they knew as soon as they saw me. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote. Streets like old Chicago, ain't nothing new, I seen it all before. But still I fall like no tomorrow. Good night is over with, that's all she
You're staring
wrote.
straight into a barrel of hate. Terrible fate, not even a slim chance to make a narrow escape. Cupid shot his arrow and missed. Wait, Sarah, you're late. Your train left, mascara and egg smear on your face. Night's over, goodbye. Oh, I thought that I told you that spilled nut ain't nothing to cry over. Never should've came within range of my rover. Should've known I was trouble soon as I rolled up. Any chick who's coming up after I blindfold up. She still come back to the crib, must want me to mess with the mind. Hold up, she must have me for some high roller when I won't buy soda. Let's just rock and ride cola.
Fables cheaper.
Buy you a bag of Fritos, I would've let you eat the fucking chip on my shoulder. If you was bleaching, I was hair, I wouldn't die for you. Trying to pull $5 from me is like trying to pull 5 molars. You get your eyes swollen, palm on my straight grizzly. So why would I buy you a gay ass teddy bear, bitch? You're already bipolar.
So I think the hook there. All right, whatever. So yeah, there's a few fuck ups here too, but
Yeah, it
we
looks
got the
weird.
lyrics here. Yeah. All right. So Eminem obviously starts off. He says, "You're staring straight into a barrel of hate. Terrible fate. So he's saying he is a barrel of hate. You know what I
Or you could
mean?
even like the barrel of
Gun.
a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's this terrible fate. Not even a slim chance to
Mhm.
make a narrow escape. I
So like he's
fucking.
slim.
So he is. So yes, there's that. But a slim chance to make a narrow escape.
Yeah.
Slim, narrow. That's fucking awesome. And then he says, Cupid shot his arrow and missed. Wait, Sarah, you're late.
Who, Sarah?
So I guess the girl he's referring to here. So he says, Wait, Sarah, you're late. Your train left. Mascara and egg smeared on your face. So Cupid shot his arrow at Eminem and he missed, right? So this girl, Sarah, he's saying, "Oh, you're left. You're late. Your train already left. So you missed the train. There's no chance at me loving you, right? Being in a relationship." Then he says, "Mascara and egg smeared on your face." So that's a double meanings there. So mascara, obviously from like crying, you know what I mean? And then you know the expression that you have egg on your face. You don't know that expression?
No.
Really? It's like such a common expression. So if you have egg on your face, it's like, you fucked up. Like you say like you thought something was gonna happen and it didn't. Or you're like, oh, I guarantee you the New York Jets are gonna win this weekend. I know for
Feel
a
like a
fact.
fool.
Yeah. And then they come back, they get their ass kicked, and you're like, oh, I have egg on my face. You know what I mean? You made a prediction.
I never heard anyone say that.
Really, that's so strange. So yeah, it's a very common
'Cause I
saying.
feel like I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So if you have egg mascara from the crying and then egg on smeared on her face because she thought that he was gonna care for her and be in a relationship with her. You know what I mean? So like it's a double meaning in that one line, which is actually really cool how he did that.
Gross combination.
Yeah. And then he continues. He says, "Night's over. Goodbye, ho. I thought that I told you that spilled nut ain't nothing to cry over."
Ew.
So again, it's a play on another saying that spilt milk is nothing to cry over. So he's saying, goodbye, get out of here.
Could the egg on her face also be that?
I don't know.
Like, is a double entendre?
So I've never heard egg.
Because he's like, oh, I don't love you. He just like did shit and he's
So
gone.
he's saying that. So he's saying that here. You know what I mean? I don't know that I've ever heard of, like
Me
semen as
neither.
egg. You know what I mean?
Gross.
It's not like a terrible comparison, but like I've never heard that. So yeah, so there's no use crying over spilled milk. He's playing on that. So he's like, I thought that I told you that a spilled nut ain't nothing to cry over. Just because we had sex doesn't mean we were anything. You don't got to cry over it because I'm not your boyfriend. Blah blah blah. And then he says, never should have came within range of my rover. Should have known I was trouble as soon as I rolled up. So I love that. Never should have came within range of my rover. So she never should have came. Oh, sorry. You never should have came like in the immediate area of my rover, my car, vehicle, and then Range Rover to play on that. And then he says,
Also a double entendre?
yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you mean?
Never should have came within range of my rover.
Maybe. Yeah, like that could be if they had sex in the car or near. So then he says, should have known I was trouble as soon as I rolled up. Any chick who's dumb enough that okay, so these lyrics are worded weird
Yeah, it
here.
looks funny.
So he says, any chick who's dumb enough after I blindfold her to still come back to the crib must want me to mess with her mind. Hold up. So the image that I'm getting from this is that because he's famous and who he is, that he blindfolds the girls when he brings them to his house because he doesn't
He
want
doesn't
them
want them to
to
know
know
where
where.
he lives.
Yes. And then he's saying
It
any
wouldn't work with geo-tracking.
that's true. But if he says any girl that's dumb enough that after I do that, that after I blindfold her to bring her back to my house, that like if she wants to come back again, you know what I mean?
So, if
Sh-
it's a girl who's never been with a celebrity before, they might just think this is normal. Like, everyone does this, of course.
Yeah, maybe. But he's saying if she still wants to come back, she must want me to mess with her mind. Hold
Or
on.
she just doesn't know that this isn't common.
Yeah, or he's just blindfolding her for
Yeah.
fuck of it. It's funny. Then he says, She mistook me for some high roller when I won't buy a soda unless it's rock and rye cola. And then the lyrics here are wrong. It's Fago is cheaper.
Satan's
Yeah, I
cheaper.
don't know where the fuck they're getting that.
I never heard of rock and
So
rye.
it's a flavor of Fago.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's saying, so this is funny. So he literally does the ad that says Fago's cheaper. So he's saying he's so stingy with women. So she thinks that he's a high roller, but he won't even buy her a soda, a regular soda, no Coca-Cola or Pepsi. He's going to buy her a rock and rye cola because it's cheaper than those colas. So he's very stingy. Is his
It
point.
sounds weird. I
Rock and
was it
rye.
like beer
I'm not sure. I've never had it.
or like alcohol? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know either.
rye. It's a type of like
It sounds like that.
whiskey type.
Yeah. All right. Then he continues, buy you a bag of Fritos. I wouldn't let you eat the fucking chip on my shoulder.
Is a good line.
Yeah, so that's another play on a common saying. You know, if you have a chip on your shoulder, you know, you're annoyed, you have a grudge, an axe to grind, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you're also just like kind of a dick.
Yeah. So he's saying, of course I'm not gonna of course I'm not gonna buy you a bag of Fritos. I'm not even gonna let you eat the chip on my shoulder. Obviously, it's not a literal chip, but you know, we get the
So
point.
it kind of means like I'm also not going to be nice to you.
Yeah. And then he says, if you was bleach and I was hair, I wouldn't die for you. So it's another
Yeah.
double
Things
entendre.
I do for you.
Yeah. His verses are very funny. Then he says, trying to pull $5 from me is like trying to pull 5 molars. So
Stingy.
another fucking so this whole verse is common phrases and expressions and like that you hear in like common parlance, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, oh, it's like pulling teeth, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what this line is. It's like trying to pull 5 molars. Then he says, you'll get your eye swole up. So punch you in the eye. I'm on my
Women.
yes. Then he says, I'm on my straight grizzly. So why would I buy you a gay ass teddy bear, bitch? You're already bipolar. So he does this scheme here with bears. He
Hmm.
does. You get your eyes full up. I'm on my straight grizzly.
So I don't know what that
Gri-
means. You're
so
just like,
grizzly bear.
well, I know what a grizzly bear is, but like, you're on your grizzly, so what? You're just like
Yeah, that's
big and tough,
so
or
that
like you're gonna, I don't know.
yeah, that's like actually a very common like rap world slang. Like on my grizzly. Like there's a rapper called T Grizzly. You know what I
So
mean?
it's
It's
like
like
big and tough.
yeah, exactly.
Or you could be like, you might be planning to hibernate. I don't know.
Yeah, so he says I'm on my straight grizzly, and then he says, so why would I buy you a gay ass teddy bear, bitch? You're already bipolar. So teddy bear and then polar bear. So he does the play on a
Bipolar disorder.
a homosexual teddy bear, but then bipolar, like bisexual polar bear.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's a gay ass teddy bear. So it's a play on getting teddy bears like that's corny, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
it also double entendre, homosexual, and then bipolar, bisexual polar bear. So there's like a
Okay.
few things he's got
Yeah.
going on in that scheme. All right, that's where we left off. Jesus, we're 23 minutes in and only halfway through the song. Let's keep going.
Gay ass teddy bear, bitch, you're already bipolar.
Now I don't really care what you call me. You can even call me cold. These bitches know as soon as they saw me. It's never me to get the privilege to know. I roll like a desperado. Now I don't never know where I'm gonna go. Still I ball like there's no tomorrow. Until it's over and it's all she wrote.
The credit roller, curtain closing, movie over with. But don't get mad at me, go blame the chick who wrote this shit. Your life will show a bitch, but she know I'm rich. That's why she give me what I want and I just throw a dick. Here I go again, I kick this shit, never then go to pouring in. Peso, euro, yen, at hat I'm paid, never gonna be broke again. See me posted in anything, wearing any chain. Never gonna see me toting anything, all you gon' see is bang. It's so nice where I kick it, hate you never get to visit. Yeah, I'm on another level, but you niggas still can get. It's so over for you finished, sorry bro, this where we end it. Won't give you the satisfaction of me giving you the business.
Yeah, I guess life is a bitch.
This song is really long.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes.
I thought he does say you can even call me cold.
So Eminem does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I thought you were saying he doesn't say that.
No, I didn't say
I
that.
thought that was what the face you made.
No, he says these preachers knew as soon as they saw me.
Oh, I didn't know that's
It's
what
like,
you
why is he
were. I didn't
preachers?
know.
So
Is
yeah,
it creatures?
bitches.
Bitch, these creatures.
Yeah, no, that's why it made me laugh.
It's
So,
so funny.
so this is Eminem doing the chorus, which is actually kind of different. It's the same format
But a
theme.
few words
Yeah, so
changed.
he says, "No, I don't really care what you call me. You can even call me cold."
Yeah.
So that reflects back to his verse. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Blah blah blah. These bitches knew as soon as they saw me. It's never me. They'll get the privilege to know. I roll like a desperado. Now I never know where I'm gonna go. Still I bawl like there's no tomorrow until it's over, and that's all she wrote. So kind of similar, but again,
A little
it
different.
says he's a desperado. He's an outlaw. He's his own owner. Still balls. Blah blah blah. All right, so then we get to Ti's second verse. He says the credit roll, the curtain close, the movie over with, and that's it. But don't get mad at me. Go blame the chick who wrote this shit, which is a play on that's all she wrote. So
Okay.
because she wrote it, so he says, "Don't get mad at me. Blame the chick that wrote it." The she in the that's all she
Sarah.
wrote. Well, no, the she in that's all she wrote.
No, I know.
Yeah. So then it is, yeah, life is sure a bitch, but she know I'm rich. That's why she give me what I want, and I just throw her dick. So self-explanatory there. He says, "Here I go again. I kick the shit. Give a damn. Got it pouring in. Peso, euro, yen. Aha, I'm paid. Never gonna be broke again." So he's getting money, all different currencies from all over the world. Never gonna be broke again. See me posted in anything, wearing any chain. Never gonna see me toting anything. All you're gonna see is bang.
So you won't even see my gun. You'll just get shot.
Exactly. It's a quick draw. Then he says, "It's so nice where I kick it. Hate you never get to visit. Yeah, I'm on another level, but you dude still can't get it. It's over before you finish. Sorry, bro. This where we end it. Won't give you the satisfaction of giving you the business." I was like, "What?"
Of me giving you the
Of me giving you
business.
the business. Yeah, I love that saying. Giving you the business. So yeah, again, this is all very straightforward. I'm the man. Nobody can fuck with me. Like you're not on my level. It's over before it finished. This is where we end it. And I'm not even gonna bother. Talking shit, even though it's kind of what he's doing. I'm not even gonna give
Yeah,
you the
saying that like
business.
you're not even like you can't even handle it.
Yes. All right. Now we got one more Eminem verse.
Of me giving you the beat.
Yeah, I guess life is a bitch, ain't it, Tip? And this one thing say this shit. Shirt off my back, I wanna give you the dirt off my handkerchief. I'm giving these hoes a dose of their own medicine, let them get a good taste of it. I'm sure you got that relationship memo by now, but in case you didn't, I'ma stick this so fat with a sticky nose to your forehead and staple it. Life is too short and I got no time to sit around just wasting it. So I pace this shit a little bit quicker, that clock I'm racing it, double timing it, but I still spit triple the amount of insults in a tenth of the time that it may take you pricks to catch on. While you strong on like Stretch Armstrong, man, I still say Kmart's like there's an apostrophe S on it, dog. And they say McDonald's is in a restaurant, well I guess I'm wrong. But if you're gonna tell me that A&W ain't the spot for the best hot dogs, you can get the F on, dog.
I am on my throne, I remain all alone in my lane. I'm as strong as they came, they were gone for they aim. No, I don't wanna hang, slap fire with them rap guys. They just wanna sabotage my hustle, shout it, that's why.
Okay.
We're pausing
I
again.
know. Well, there's a whole fucking minute left, so I'm just gonna break it down and let it play out quick. All right. So Eminem's verse, he comes in. Yeah, the lyrics were here. They made me laugh. They
There
were
are like
fucked up
so
too.
many verses here.
Yeah, these two are short though, so it is annoying that I'm pausing it in like only like 45 seconds played. So Eminem starts off, "Yeah, I guess life is a bitch, ain't it, Tip?" So that refers back to the previous verse where Ti said, "Like, ain't life a bitch?"
Mhm.
And then he says, "And each one thinks they the shit. Shirt off my back. I wouldn't give you the dirt off my handkerchief." So again, he's continuing with these common phrases, "give you the shirt off my
Yeah.
back," but he's saying, not only am I not going to give you the shirt off my back, I won't even give you the dirt that's on my handkerchief, which is very funny.
Ew.
Yes. "I'm giving these hoes a dose of their own medicine. Let them get a good taste of it. This is the part that made me laugh. He says, "I'm gonna stick this whole pad." Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. I'm sure, I'm sure you got that relationship memo by now, but in case you didn't, I'm gonna stick this whole pad full of sticky notes on your forehead and staple it.
What did they think he said?
Oh,
Something about a dick?
yeah. So
You want to put my dick on your forehead and
yeah, and staple
staple
it.
it?
Yeah, which wouldn't be crazy for Eminem to say, but that is not what he said here.
Yeah.
So he's saying he's giving him a taste of their medicine, he's being brutal, cold, all that. He says, I'm sure you got that relationship memo by now. So he's like, I'm sure you get the
You
message
like
that
what? It's not even a thing.
he says, but in case you didn't, this dick is gonna stick your nose to your forehead and staple it. Yeah. Like I don't know. So
What's the relevance of the dick? Like the
it's not.
dick's so fat that
Stick your nose.
what?
Yeah, that is hysterical. So he said, I'm sure that you got that relationship memo by now, but in case you didn't, I'm gonna stick this whole pad full of sticky notes to your forehead and staple it.
That makes sense.
So you write memos on sticky notes. So he's saying he's gonna put the whole pad of them and staple it. That's so fucking funny. All right, so then at this point, he literally speeds up and he raps what he actually refers to. It's called double time. So
Oh.
yeah, he actually speeds up and he explains that what he's doing. He says, "So I pace this shit a little bit quicker. That clock, I'm racing it, double timing it." So he's racing the clock, doing double time, literally. Then he says, "But I still spit triple the amount of insults in a tenth of the time that it may take you pricks to catch on." So he's saying he's doing double time and he's spitting so many more insults than in a tenth of the time that it takes for you pricks to catch on. So he's spitting more than you could possibly comprehend, which we
And
actually
he does actually do that.
yes, you have to rewind and pick up, but
Yeah,
because he's rapping so fast, he's fitting so many more words and insults into that you can't catch them all. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Which he actually really does. Uh,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's wild. Then he says, "While you strong arm, I'm like Stretch Armstrong." So Stretch Armstrong has those arms. So
I
you
have
were a
no
girl. So
idea.
he was like a toy. He was like this rubber, like wrestling type figure, right? And you could stretch his arms out like
Oh, that's
crazy.
cool. No,
Yeah.
I never.
So
I thought that was just like I don't know, a weird relative of like Neil Armstrong.
yeah. So he
It's like, yeah, my weird brother Stretch. Yeah.
So he's saying, while you strong arm, I'm Stretch Armstrong. So my arms are way fucking stronger than yours. And then he says, man, I still say Kmart's like there's an apostrophe S on it, dog.
I that is my one of my like lifelong pet
When
peeves
people do that,
when people do that.
add
Yes.
S's that don't belong there.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only time it's okay is if you say Nordstrom's because it just sounds like there should be an S at the
Well,
end.
no, if you're saying I'm going to Nordstrom's, that
No.
would be right. Yes, because
Well, it's like that.
that's the store you're going. No, but apostrophe would. So even if
I'm
you're
going
saying
to Kmart. Don't tell me you're going
But
to
if you're saying I'm
Kmart's.
going to Kmart's,
Don't do that.
but I'm saying so I don't, but I'm saying like you're going to their store. Like that's because he's not saying like he's saying apostrophe. He's not saying like plural. Do you know what I mean? Because when you hear that, it sounds like it's a plural, but he's literally talking about apostrophe. So it's possessive. So it's like technically right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but just don't do it.
It hits the ear wrong. I agree.
Like I'm going to ShopRites. No, you're not. You are not
Yeah.
going to ShopRites.
So anyway, he's aware of it. He says, "I still say Kmart's like there's an apostrophe S on it, dog." And they say McDonald's isn't a restaurant. Well, I guess I'm wrong.
It is a restaurant. It's a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, so that goes back to him being like cheap and stingy with women.
Yeah, like I wouldn't refer to it like if I'm like want to go out to a
It's not
restaurant and then
fine
I'd pull up
dining.
to McDonald's. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's something I would do.
And then for his last line, he says, "But if you're gonna tell me that A&W ain't the spot for the best hot dogs, you can get the F on, dog."
So Unfortunately, I can't tell you that because I didn't even know that was a place. I thought A&W was root beer.
It
So,
is. But so there was actually one in Levittown. It was a A&W slash KFC. It was a split.
when?
Um, like as recently as 10, I haven't been there, but I think it might still even be there.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so they actually do have good hot dogs.
Better than Nathan's?
Um, Probably not, but if you're talking like fast food, like drive through, like yeah, it's that or Sonic.
Sonic?
Yeah, that's really it. So, yeah, he does this little letter thing, the A and W. He says you could get so it actually started with the S, where he's like the Kmart's like it's got an S on it,
Yeah.
and then he says, "If you're gonna tell me that A and W ain't the best spot, the spot for the best hot dogs, you can get the F on dog." So by saying F instead of fuck, it actually fits. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
hot dogs F on dog, but he's also following the letter scheme. And then
Does it spell anything?
what?
SAWF? No.
Self.
Fuzz.
Yeah.
Swast.
All right. We will. Oh, we actually did we hear this? We heard this part.
Wasp.
Okay. And then Ti does this little bridge here where he says, make sure I got it right. And on my throne I remain all alone in my lane. I'm as strong as they came. They were gone for they came. Now I don't want to hang. I slap five with them rap guys. They just want to sabotage my hustle, shorty. That's why. So on the throne he remains all alone. He's the king. Um, they were gone before they came, so they never had a chance. I don't want to hang. I slap five with them rap guys. They just want to. So he doesn't hang out with other rappers. They're just trying to fucking sabotage him, because he's the shit. All right, then we'll let this play out, and then we'll finish this up because this is a long ass fucking video.
Ow. It's 36 minutes.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh,
Oh my
that's
god.
why.
I don't really care what you call me. You can even call me cold.
I bet they knew as soon as they saw me. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote.
I roll like a desperado. Now I don't ever know where I'm gonna go.
But still a ball like let's go tomorrow. Good night is over with, that's all she wrote. All she wrote, all she wrote. I said it's over with, that's all she wrote. All she wrote, all she wrote. Yeah, good night is over with, that's all she wrote.
So yeah, based on how little song was left, that really was a stupid place that I did the last pause. But it's because they were doing the verses. Now I like
It's like
to
six of one, half dozen of another. We would have ended at the same time. Like,
effectively. All right, so all she wrote.
I know the song. I remember it from high school or whenever it came out. I
Yeah,
think it was on the radio,
maybe.
maybe, but I do know it. It's really good. I like the beat. T.I.'s raps are cool. Eminem won by far.
Yeah,
But I like T.I.
yeah,
His voice is cool. I like the chorus.
yeah.
Yeah, and I learned more about this song than I originally knew. I really thought this was a breakup song.
So if you listen to Eminem's verses, it is. It's like we were never together breakup song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
But yeah, I never knew the other meaning.
yeah. No, it's great. It's fucking awesome song. It's on T.I.'s album, so it's a killer feature, you know.
That's true.
And yeah, and we see like the double time rapping that he did in there. That's like, he really picks that up from this point on into his career. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, yeah.
And like how he talks about that, like he's on to like you won't even catch what he's rapping, and he'll be like rapping like a million other things until
Yeah.
he finally realized what he said.
Yeah, it's cool. It's sick.
Yes.
All right.
Well, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See, bye.